Hi there, it's Mark Wilkinson from High Rise Digital, and in this video I want to talk to you about something called SSL. SSL stands for Secure Socket Layer, and essentially when we talk about websites, it's about encrypting the data that we send from the person that's viewing the website to the server that is sending the website to the person that's viewing it. And it's a bit of a hot topic at the moment, encrypting data and things, and therefore I thought I'd just talk a little bit about what it is and how you can get it onto your website, and how we can help you do that. So you can see here I've got a basic WordPress website set up, and I'm on the login page for that particular website. This website's actually just on my laptop, it's not actually out there on the internet. And you can see that the browser that I'm using, Google Chrome, it actually shows me this not secure message. So because there's a form on this page where I enter data into this form, and that data has to get processed and transmitted to the server where this website is actually living, then the website in this case, the browser is telling me that that data, when it gets sent, will not be encrypted, it will not be securely sent. So this is not great, because obviously we want to make sure that the data we send, whether that be usernames, passwords, contact form information, or even transactions such as credit card details when we're online shopping, that data needs to be secure. So if you've got a website where you're asking users to submit any form of data, whether that be logging in or contacting you with an email address and personal information, it is really important that you have a secure encrypted connection between the person that's filling in the form and your server. So you can see that Chrome tells me that this is not secure, and that's a little bit off-putting for users, obviously, seeing that message. Other browsers show these things differently. Some just have sort of a grey information box. Some don't actually say anything. But I know Chrome, for example, is moving towards showing this all the time, even when there's not a form on the page, if the connection is not a secure connection. So how do we know that a connection is secure? So I'm just going to go to a different login page. This is actually for my blog. And you can see here that the start of this address starts with the letters HTTPS. And the S means secure. So that means that it's a secured connection. And what that means is that this computer that I'm running at the moment, and the server where this website's hosted, have started a secure connection between the two. And that means any data that is sent from one to the other will be encrypted so that only those two computers can actually understand it. It's a bit like a scrambled message. And you can tell that because it's got this secure. You can see it's also green, so Chrome displays it as green with a green padlock and gives you the indication that it's secure. Some just have a padlock, and some do it in different ways, like different sort of icons, but you can tell that the secure connection is there. But you're looking for this HTTPS at the start. So when I fill this in with the username and password, we know that the data I've entered into here is going to be scrambled and then sent across so that no one can intercept that and understand what I've actually typed in. So that's one method of the secure connection in here. If I go to my bank here, you can see this is the bank's website, and they have a slightly different method of encryption on theirs. Well, I'll say the method's probably the same, it's just the way they've gone about it. So they've still got the HTTPS here, but obviously with a bank it's very, very secure because it's obviously very personal information. And they've got the name of the bank at the start of the address. So we've got the name of the bank here at the start with the padlock as usual. Now this has just been through an extra level of security checking. So with this one, when you get what's called a certificate, which is a bit like your online ID card that says this website is who it says it is, all this checks is that the certificate gets installed on the actual server that asked for the certificate. So it's kind of like, I'm sending the request and the request comes back with the certificate. So we know we're not giving it to someone that shouldn't have it, if you like. The banks is slightly different. So they, as well as having to sort of say, well, yes, it's coming from the correct server, they have to go through checks as to, who they actually are. So as well as knowing what we're sending and where we're sending it, we know who we're sending it to with this particular type. And this certificate that you need to buy is usually a little bit more expensive because it takes a few a few days to get the checks done and so forth. But as far as I'm aware, the actual technology that encrypts the data is no different between those two types of things. And for most times, you're just going to need this one, even if you've got sort of an online shop or you're just doing contact details or logging in. This normal standard certificate that just gives you the HTTPS and the padlock is going to be absolutely fine. Now, a few years ago, SSL certificates, that's the sort of the ID card that says the website is secure and makes that connection possible. They used to cost money, but recently lots of services are now offering free SSL certificates. This is one of the services that are recently launched in the last year or two called Let's Encrypt. You can see it's also got a secure connection as well. And these offer free SSL certificates for websites. So if your host supports the Let's Encrypt service, you can get an absolutely free SSL certificate. So there's really no reason why your website shouldn't be running over a HTTPS connection and offering a secure connection between the client and the server. So this is the control panel for my host, and you can see here that about halfway down we've got a security section, and we've got this option called Let's Encrypt. And basically if I click on that, I can just say get me a certificate, and basically the server goes off and does all the work for me and then says yep, there you go, your certificate's installed. And then I can now browse over HTTPS and I can view the site on HTTPS, so I'm secure. There's a few other things you do need to do on that. For example, making sure that you force that HTTPS connection. So if someone tries to connect to your website without typing in HTTPS, it automatically redirects them to the correct place rather than them landing on a non-secure page. But yeah, SSL is something that's really important, certainly in this day and age, and I would highly recommend that your websites are running using HTTPS with an SSL certificate. And if you need some help doing that, then get in touch and we can certainly help you do that.